you're not moving a lot in this.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Classic line for a lot of people. I know people love the Naga hoodies and the Naga full zip. What we're introducing here is more of an air permeability sort of scenario into the Naga lineup. So you have what looks like a traditional Naga to you. It's got a 3/4 zip here all the way down, but you've got a nylon face front, and then inside, if you feel this, we've got like a Climate Shield's insulation layer inside here. So you're going to have a lot more warmth than the other Nagas have. But this insulation allows air to move through it more easily. So this jacket is about regulating body temperature. So it allows you to keep a more consistent body temperature, less donning and doffing of jackets, less waste of time and frustration. If you're in sort of high energy, high active motion, this is going to allow you to have a better body temperature more consistently, is the idea behind this. So that's the new Naga AR pullover.
As a person who sweats thinking about work, that sounds fantastic.
Totally.
All right, so the WX hoodie.
Oh God, now we're going to the big boy. Okay. Take this one off here.
So
I think you should put this on though.
I'll put it on, but it'll be a little small on me, so I can't have it zipped up.
Okay.
I imagine it's probably only, yeah, it's a little,
We'll put it on afterwards then, okay. So.
I can look like you from Cornelius with it.
This is kind of, it's going to look good with the tone there. This is sort of the pièce de résistance. This is the culmination of a lot of Arc'teryx's knowledge and know-how. This is a lot of our background in outdoor design, outdoor development, and moving it into a very specific end-use requirement. So taking everything we know about cold weather garment design and manufacturing, working with W.L. Gore on really specific face fabrics, and then taking it to a very specific end use in leaf. This is extreme cold weather use. This is not for the average person. So basically what we have here is the cold WX Parka SVX. Say it 3 times fast.
Probably can't do this.
It is windstopper on the front. You've got 30 denier fast and light down the sleeves for those high wear areas where you need more protection. And then basically inside what you have is an 850 fill Grey Goose down insulation layer. So this jacket is all about the details. We're using windstopper on the front. You've got great pocket configurations. You've got 2 hand pockets, 2 chest pockets, 2 arm pockets. So depending on how you're wearing this and what you're wearing this with, you can probably sort of configure all your stuff nicely and get to everything that you need to get to easily. The hood is fully insulated, goggle compatible, but also zips off. So if you don't need to be anywhere where you need a hood, you can technically take this off and you don't need to use it. And then inside, you'll see that we've got 2 large stuff pockets, 2 flat stash radio pockets on both sides. We have what we call like a neck gaiter here, so this sort of wraps around your neck, stops any of the air escaping that you're trying to keep warm. You've got a draw cord to bring it in tightly around you. And then we're using a very specific construction in down for Arc'teryx. It's a box baffle construction. It's pleated. In a lot of our outdoor ski jackets, where we've started this technology, we've worked on how we could configure down and Vortex together to make really insulated and waterproof ski jackets. We worked on that, and this is sort of like the end of this into the most pinnacle piece that we have. You would notice that probably the down baffles are longer. Maybe you'll have 1 at the side, each side, and maybe 2 at the back. This you'll see as squares. And the idea behind this is that the squares can fold better around your body. So they're going to stay close to your body, they're going to trap the air to keep it warm and not let cold air out. And then the pleated construction here that we have in here, this tiny attention to detail. When this is open, you can see the pleats. And as you fold it up and wear it, the pleats all fold in together and cover up any cold spots.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
The large internal pockets here are fantastic for things like rations, batteries, and stuff like that.
Gloves, goggles, stuff, anything.
If you've ever worked in a really cold environment and you don't have a stove to heat your rations, it's going next to the body to keep it warm.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. And then 2 different radio pockets for all sorts of different types of radios. And that's kind of it. Oh, and then the last bit, I should tell you, the last bit here. So there's a small vent at the bottom. So when you fold this up, and you can start to roll this down, we're going to push all the air out of the bottom of the jacket. So as you start to stuff this into a stuff saddle or a pack, and you really want to get it as small as you can possibly make it, you can probably do this better than me. You're going to see all the air is going to start to come out at the bottom of the vents. So that's what that's for at the bottom.
Definitely make it easier than having a whole Gore-Tex thing printed.
But you know what? It's better when you put it on.
I think, despite the fact that Vegas isn't
really cold in here right now.
I think I'll wear this thing that feels like a really comfortable looking sleeping bag.
Yeah. Oh,
look at that.
yeah.
Not made for hands.
You've got cuff gaiters there as well. Again, the trap sort of stops air coming in and out.
Oh man, this is so comfortable. It's like I'm wearing a bed.
So obviously it is extreme cold weather conditions. And static movement. You know, you're not moving a lot in this.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I think the only other person who could use this other than people going into the Arctic is my wife, because she is always cold. It's fantastic.
Yep. And then it has a bib partner too, so it is an ensemble, and so it does come. Oops. So it comes with it's bottom half, I should say. The only kind of differences in the fabric construction here is on the pants, we're using a 40 denier ripstop in the high wear areas because it needs more durability on the pants to the front, and then in the seat back, you're going to 40 denier ripstop. The rest is windstopper. Big, huge cargo pockets again. Great for sort of gloves, goggles, and then fully separating side zippers on both sides, just to make it really easy on and off. But again, beautiful construction, like all the down that you need to keep you warm on the inside.
So there's going to be detractors on the price. And we know that because it's not for the average person. Someone's not going to university wearing one of these jackets. It's made for Arctic expeditions. It's made for guys who have to go on the tops of mountains.
Extreme cold weather and static use. You know,
exactly.
You're not moving around.
Standing and not moving, you lose so much body heat.
Yeah.
It's crazy how cold you can get. So if you were to steer the average user into a jacket that might just need it to look good in downtown, but they want that cool military feel, what jacket would you kind of recommend for that?
If you're taking something from the Leaf line, I think for most people the most versatile jacket is the Atom. The Atom LT is that go-to mid-layer piece. You can wear it on its own, you can wear it as a mid-layer, you can wear it underneath Gore-Tex, you can wear it on its own, and it's just, it works in so many different sort of climates. Because it's a synthetic, if it gets wet, it's still going to keep you warm. So the downside down, obviously, as soon as down gets wet, it's not going to keep you warm. You lose your insulation value from it. Hence, we have the windstopper, and we have the DWR, and we have the Gore-Tex with it because we're trying to keep you dry and warm. But with the Atom LT, because it's synthetic, if you happen to be caught in a rain shower, no problem. It's still going to keep warm. It's going to shed off. You're going to be fine. I think it's probably the most versatile piece that we have. And I know from us as a company, if you ever came to our head office, you'd probably see one on the back of everybody's chair, without a doubt.
And it can be a bit wet in BC, so just a little bit.
Soup song. Rains occasionally.
We're going to be doing a little bit more with Arc'teryx in the future, talking about manufacturing, what goes into these things, because not a lot of people realize the amount of effort it goes to make a jacket like this. It's not something that's just produced in an hour and then pumped out of a factory. There's a lot of steps to make something like this. So we're going to talk with Arc'teryx a bit more later, and we're going to have a pretty cool article on this. Joe, thank you very much for your time.
Great to meet you, Ryan.